Hello and welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into some intriguing royal updates. Let's talk about Prince Harry's recent escapades. It seems that Harry really came into his own at the Invictus Games in Germany. Those close to the palace mentioned that he seemed incredibly free-spirited, almost reminiscent of his bachelor days. This newfound energy has sparked some speculation about the state of his marriage with Meghan. Interestingly, during this time, Meghan was back in California. Observers noted a stark contrast in Harry's demeanor when he's apart from Meghan. He appears more relaxed and true to himself. A high-level courtier was quoted saying, "Harry lights up when he's without Meghan. He always seems on edge when he's around her in public, unable to just be himself." This observation suggests that Harry feels more at ease and shines brighter when he's not in Meghan's presence. Before his time in Dusseldorf, Harry made a solo trip to Britain to mark the first anniversary of Queen Elizabeth's passing. Meghan stayed behind in the US, reportedly due to the royal protocol that she would need to curtsy to her sister-in-law Catherine, the future queen. It's suggested that Meghan struggles with the royal hierarchy, particularly where Catherine's seniority is concerned. According to Talk TV royal editor Sarah Hewson, there's a noticeable difference in Harry when he's not accompanied by Meghan. "When you see them together, he's much more guarded," says Hewson. "On his own, he's more relaxed. You get a glimpse of the old Harry again." It paints a picture of a prince who seems to rediscover a part of himself when he steps out solo, away from the intricacies and pressures of his marriage and royal life. Let's delve into Prince Harry's recent activities, which have been quite the talk of the town. It appears that Harry, typically seen as being under Meghan's influence, shows a different side of himself when he's on his own. For example, at a Beyoncé concert in LA on September 1st, he was more engrossed in his phone than the performance, while Meghan and her mother, Doria, were enjoying the show. However, just 2 days later, Harry was spotted at a soccer match between LAFC and Inter Miami, where he seemed to be having a great time, laughing and joking around. This trend continued at the Invictus Games, where Harry received a warm reception and was seen participating in various activities with enthusiasm. An insider shared, "The more we see him escaping Meghan's self-centered influence and flourishing on his own, the more we believe he'll eventually outshine his wife, together or apart." This statement reflects a perception that Harry is more himself and more vibrant when he's not accompanied by Meghan. Moving on, Meghan Markle's public perception is a topic of much debate. Many seem to have strong opinions about her, not just because of her actions but also due to what she represents to them. Some view her as a symbol of problematic aspects of Western society, labeling her as inauthentic and accusing her of trying to undermine the British monarchy. Questions have been raised about Meghan's insistence on maintaining her royal title and bestowing titles upon her American-born children, despite her claims of unfair treatment by the monarchy. This has led to speculation about her motives, especially given her and Harry's decision to name their daughter Lilibet, a name closely associated with the Queen, and their ongoing hints at revealing more royal secrets. This juxtaposition of actions and allegations has fueled further controversy and discussion about Meghan's role and intentions within the royal family and society at large. Diving further into the royal drama, let's talk about the ongoing saga with Harry and Meghan and their relationship with the royal family. There's a growing sentiment that their actions might be doing more harm to their brand than to the royal families. The question arises, why do they keep hinting at revealing more secrets about the royal family? One theory is that this might be their way of staying relevant, as they don't have other talents or offerings to keep them in the public eye. Meghan's public statements have also drawn criticism. Her talk about activating compassion in communities has left many baffled, wondering how she plans to achieve such a lofty goal. This kind of rhetoric is seen by some as empty and self-promoting. As for Harry, since leaving England, his impact and contributions are also being questioned. Their attempt to tarnish the royal family's image, especially with the Oprah interview, is perceived by some as backfiring and reflecting poorly on themselves instead. Meghan's relationship with her father and her public persona have also been points of contention. Her actions, such as wearing diamonds while talking about the importance of fathers in a community where many children have absent fathers, have been criticized for being tone-deaf. Despite all the drama, there's an acknowledgement that this saga does provide a certain entertainment value, with its seemingly endless twists and turns. However, Meghan's popularity remains a topic of debate, with many feeling that she shouldn't be given more significance than she actually holds. Comparing her to an annoying insect, the commentary suggests that while she may be bothersome, there are bigger issues and threats in the world than Meghan Markle. This perspective aims to put the ongoing royal drama into a broader context, indicating that while it's captivating, it might not be as consequential in the grand scheme of things. Continuing our discussion about the royal family drama, let's shift focus to Meghan Markle's impact. Despite the strong opinions she generates, there's a viewpoint that, globally, Meghan doesn't hold significant influence. She's seen by some as more of an annoyance rather than a serious threat or a public enemy. While her actions might be irritating to many, they're not considered to be dangerously impactful on a larger scale. Regarding her role and behavior, Meghan is often criticized heavily. There's a belief that, compared to truly influential and dangerous individuals, she and Harry are merely sources of entertainment rather than serious concern. Now, let's dive into some of the feedback from our viewers. In response to our recent video titled "Harry is in a Dilemma with Fake Kids When Meghan Plots to Fan the Flames of Divorce," we had some interesting comments. Lexi Bear commented, "As long as Harry remains immature, he will be easily manipulated. His public appearances can be cringeworthy. It's high time he faces the truth about his family situation." This comment reflects a common sentiment that Harry needs to step up and be more transparent, especially regarding his family life. Another viewer, Bina Colbert, suggests a more proactive approach from the palace. The palace should reveal whatever information they have on Meghan. Being on the offensive might be the best strategy. We're giving her too much significance. This comment indicates a desire for more transparency and action from the royal family, hinting at a belief that by not addressing Meghan's actions directly, they're inadvertently amplifying her influence. The general consensus among viewers seems to be that Meghan is overemphasized in the media and public discourse. The suggestion is that by focusing less on her, her perceived influence and significance might diminish. This reflects a broader desire for more honesty and less sensationalism in the ongoing narrative surrounding Harry, Meghan, and the royal family. In our ongoing conversation about the royal family saga, let's turn to some insightful viewer comments. Many of you have strong opinions about Harry and Meghan's media presence. Lee pointed out, Harry and Meghan's constant media flip-flopping makes it hard to discern truth from fiction. This reflects a common frustration with the couple's changing narratives. Jenny shared her take. Their attempts to stay relevant often backfire. The drama they create doesn't endear them to the public. She likens their presence to a persistent, irritating itch. This analogy resonates with those who find the couple's actions bothersome yet inescapable. Wendy's comment brought up an interesting point about Meghan's future interactions with the monarchy. Meghan will only receive what the king allows. You can't blackmail or sue the monarchy and expect to come out on top. This sentiment is echoed by others who feel that the monarchy will ultimately have the upper hand. Apples and Oranges added, if a divorce happens, it's unlikely the king will be responsible for Meghan's well-being, especially since they've stepped back from royal duties and live outside the UK. This comment speculates on the financial implications of a potential split between Harry and Meghan. RefPup2 expressed surprise at the couple's alleged attempts to leverage the royal family. "I'm shocked they think they can outmaneuver the monarchy." Similarly, Terry Trammell mentioned, "I'm sure the Princess Royal will protect Harry's inheritance," indicating a belief in the royal family's ability to manage internal affairs effectively. These comments collectively suggest a perception that Meghan and Harry's strategies might be misguided and overestimated. There's a strong sense among viewers that the couple's actions are unlikely to yield the results they hope for, especially when going against a long-established institution like the British monarchy. Wrapping up our discussion on the royal family, let's look at one last viewer comment that sums up many of the sentiments shared. Zoe expressed her view quite directly, saying, "Meghan's approach from the beginning and even now seems to be driven by self-interest." This opinion reflects a belief that Meghan's actions are calculated for personal gain. Zoe further speculated on Meghan's future, suggesting that her reputation might deter potential relationships and that her age might not align with the typical eye candy expectation. This comment also raises concerns about how Meghan might use her children in the future, seeing them as a means to an end rather than showing genuine maternal affection. The comment concludes with a rather bleak outlook on Harry's realization of his situation, implying that he may eventually regret his decision to marry Meghan. Zoe's perspective is that Meghan's influence will be a long-standing issue for Harry, potentially affecting him for the rest of his life. This final comment encapsulates the overall tone of viewer feedback, a mix of skepticism, criticism, and concern for the future dynamics within the royal family, especially regarding Harry and Meghan's decisions and their consequences. The conversation among viewers is filled with strong opinions and predictions about the ongoing saga of the Sussexes and their relationship with the rest of the royal family.